Hello and welcome back to Ultimate Marble Racing Season 5. We are getting closer and closer to the end of the season. We're on race 23, Shockwave 2 by Mr. Pants. Another new track. Pretty sure we haven't had this one before. And it's a little bit more of a complicated track, but you'll see that when we head over to it. Now, did I nearly forget that I had a stream today? Yes, I did. I nearly forgot what the day was, but I started my new job, so it's been quite the busy week. So, yeah, it definitely slipped my mind until the very last minute, and then I realised what the time was and the day was, and was like, oh, last minute setup. Right, let's go. And that's why it's about 10 minutes late. But we're here. Superboss is leading, 506 points. And we've got two green slushies behind his own Shady. You know what? Shady signed up late, had a one race penalty for it, and has made quite the comeback from that. Now in third place. See if they can keep hold of it. See what happens. We've got Mood just outside of it, and Balls of Steel looking around mid-table. Three of them looking to try and push up, split by the Icebreakers. And our resident Eggbot just in the top 10, but tied with Cheese, so we'll see what happens there. So let's head over to the track. So here we are, Shockwave 2. If you didn't know the name, in case you forget it, there's big writing there, and there's also big letters over there as well. So we will have a quick whiz around this in just a minute. But first, we will go to predictions. So DNFs, how many do you think there will be? 2 minutes to get those predictions in, and let's take a look around the track. So the starting point is actually in here. So the grid placement may not be massively relevant in this starting point. It may help, it may not. There are a few routes you can go out of here, which all come down to the bottom. And then we're going to be going down. You see it's a very water themed, kind of water park like. Got some slides, a few different routes. Going to be interesting to see which one's going to be the quickest, which one you're going to want to get. It looks like the yellow one might be the one you want to aim for here. You want to go through it IRL. It does look like it'd be fun. And then a few obstacles, lots of slopes coming around. And we're going to see a few split sections, some different lanes that can be taken. Some faster than others. You can see there's an inside lane if you can hold onto it without dropping through. I think this will be your quickest way round. This fires you up here and along there. Otherwise, you're going to be coming around both ways up this pipe and joining through this system here. Then we'll follow it around. Lots of obstacles to get in your way. And then down the hill. And up and over. You see all the black routes with the yellow outlines. Very nicely done as well. They're not just raised in the air. It's got walls underneath, which just a small little detail that looks quite nice, especially with it following the curve. Yeah, those seem to be the quicker routes. And then coming down to this area, which then sends you all the way up to the top and back down into this section, the start-finish area in the clouds. So prediction timer has finished, so let's spawn everyone in. And front row, going a bit too quick. Demon, Jimmy, Fluids, and Superboss. Back row we have Stardust, Word, Cheese, and Azure. So let's get this started. 4 laps around this track. Let's see how it goes. So from the start, we're going to see who makes it down first. So it looks like Stardust, maybe. No, a bit of a slow exit. And what do you know? Who else would it be but Superboss with the quickest start here? Snorker with a good run, lots of speed. Superboss going into the purple section. Is that purple? Is that like a... It's like a really dark purple. And then... I don't want to say this is purple. Like a dark purple. Nearly like a cross between dark purple and blue. Now I'm looking at it here, maybe it's meant to be blue. Left is purple, other is pink / magenta. I was thinking that at first, but from below... Yeah, anyway. Colours with egg. Stardust is stationary already. That is a rough start for Stardust. That's going to be F's in the chat. Stardust going to be DNFing early in the race. Eggbot with a very slow start. Wert and Shady also further back. Snork has had a big downfall from the strong start. It's also trailing behind now. Cheese running a bit slow on the outside line of the corner. Jimmy not quite making it through the shortcuts, going to have to go around. And let's catch up with those at the front, as it looks like Fluids is currently leading. Going a bit slow underneath though, so Weep's going to have a bit more speed. A better line is going to be quicker, but Fluids might have the better line to the next area. A few obstacles in the way though, you definitely want to go along the black roads. And Superboss dropping a few positions here. Weep breaking away in the lead now. Fluids dropping to second. Pesky Bird in third, jumping over the bounce pad there. Over the bumper, I should say. Fluids isn't watching with you today. Our solo watcher. Guess you'll be rooting for both yourself and Fluids. Who knows, maybe Fluids will have an absolute banger of a race while they're not watching. They'll have to watch it back. Currently looking quite good. It is still early in the race. Oh, and into the bumper. Going to be a bit of a setback, putting Fluids to third. Weep going back up into the lead. Alfonso with a great line, lots of speed, but Pesky Bird closing off that gap. Oh, Pesky Bird missing the entrance, and Iceman flying in out of nowhere to take the third position. And then Fluids going through. We'll see what is happening further back. Cheese slowly through the middle there. Superboss dropping position one at a time here. Gonna have to speed up a little bit if they want to stay high scoring, but there's not a lot of pressure currently with the big lead that Superboss has. Demon going to narrowly miss the pipe. Eggbot's going to fly straight in. Jimmy just missing as well. It's close between Demon and Jimmy there, and then Moo and Shady trailing behind. So heading up to the front, Alfonso now leading. Weep close second. And then there's quite a gap back to third. Iceman currently in third, Pesky Bird in fourth, Fluids in fifth, Cheese in sixth. And it's quite close here. Snorker's dropping from 7th down to 11th. Make that 12th behind Jimmy. Wert's got a good line, hugging the wall. A smart tactic. And is it going to be into the yellow? It is. This could be a big play. Wert managing to get up to 6th so far out of the yellow section. Ooh, it's not a good landing though. Didn't quite line up the tunnel. It's going to be a bit of a setback. A few others having trouble though. That rough line on the exit is causing trouble for Boer. Iceman and Pesky Bird battling it out for position. Pesky Bird getting pushed against the triangle there. Iceman's going to break away. She's going to squeeze through as well. That's really caused some trouble for Pesky Bird. Eggbot going to the outside around Superboss as they're on the middle lane. And Shady coming around the outside route as well. Eggbot's going to come across, try and take the shortcut route. Superboss trying the same. He's going to drop down. Eggbot's also going to drop down. None of them making it. So where is our race leader right now? In fact, our race leader's just been overtaken, but we'll take it straight back as Weep goes very wide on the corner. And Alfonso keeps hold of the lead. And Fludes is dropping drastically here. What is going on with Fludes? Oh, Fludes has issues in the middle section of this hill. It doesn't look like there's a way out. I think this could be race over for Fludes. A good start, a good first lap, all falling apart here. And I think that is F's in the chat for Fludes. And it is looking to be a DNF. Very unfortunate end to the race. And an unfortunate race for Bulls of Steel so far. Just were still running from that team. But G's and Iceman quite close together here. But some catching up to do to get to Weep and Alfonso, who are both flying away with it right now. In a battle of their own up at the front. And Weep currently leading that battle. And currently the fastest lap. We'll see if anyone can take that before the end of the race. Was that? That was going to be a drop down for Snorker, a bit of a rough exit from that pipe. And Shady has managed to work their way up to 5th. And we've got Superboss, Pesky Bird, and Azur. Superboss with a bad landing on the exit, not a great line. We'll be going in side by side with Pesky Bird. On Fludes is on the move once again. Fludes has made a recovery. However, I don't think it's going to be enough to gain any places. Unless someone else gets stuck. There is always a chance. So going over the waves, Weep. See Jimmy down below. Trailing behind a bit. And Weep's really broken away in the lead, extending that lead away from Alfonso now. Going to have to keep that consistency to try and take the lead all the way to the end. And Iceman with a big jump off the inside line to the middle line, overtaking Alfonso and going up into 2nd place. So going back to Shady and Pesky Bird. Shady on the outside line. I think Pesky Bird's going to have the faster route here. Wonder if Mr. Pants watches these videos. Does make very good tracks, yeah. They're always very good looking and quite enjoyable. We'll have to see if they do, then maybe they can drop a comment. Not sure if they do though, unfortunately. So we've got Moo and Cheese on the left side, Superboss on the right. And Burr seems to be gaining a few positions. Up into 6th. Get a bit of an overview here. You can see where Weep is right now. Big lead. Alfonso to the right. with Iceman. Iceman going to be ahead of Alfonso here. Hit on the bumper, hit on the other bumper. Alfonso may have the better line. Great line by Alfonso, actually. See the trail of fire as they zoom across the water. Oh, it's a rollback for Iceman there. Oh, I've gone too high. Alfonso is in the pipe. Iceman getting slowed down quite a bit. Boer could be in with a shot to get past here. It's looking good. Iceman has a little bit more exit speed. And I'm guessing there was an obstacle under there. There was. Slowed Boer down. Moo getting past Superboss. But Superboss with the better entry into the pipe. Going back up to the top. We'll see what's happening further back. Stardust is on the move again, but a lap down. Potentially 2 actually now. But Stardust is moving again, or is it 3 at this point? I lose track. But definitely not going to be gaining any positions. And Snorker 11th. Again, after a good start to the season. It's all been falling apart. Wheat still holding that fastest lap. Looking good so far. And to top it off, nailing the shortcut is looking strong for Wheat right now. This is looking like Wheat's race. What is the gap back to Alfonso? A big gap back to Alfonso. And then Moo and Pesky Bird battling out for that 3rd place. Let's not forget about Boer. Also joining the battle. Iceman Superboss not far behind. And gained very quickly there. So we're going to have quite the fight going on for that 3rd position. Shady's going to join in as well. And that is true. At least not 3 laps behind. Got the shortcut, and Boer is closing in on Alfonso. Moo's going to go to the outside, try and get past Iceman as Iceman hits the bumpers. That's going to work some good exit speed. Little tap of the bumper there. Jumping the next one. Ooh, getting caught up in spinning blocks there. Superboss with the inside line. Bad hit off the spinner though is going to set them back a bit. And Moo's going to keep hold of that position. Let's make sure we didn't miss Weep finishing. Focus on the battle going on back there, but Weep is approaching the finish line already. And there we have it. Making it look easy. Weep taking the win on Shockwave 2. And a big win indeed. Alfonso just heading up now. Coming around the final bend. Good race by Alfonso as well, but just could not match the pace of Wheat. Alfonso 20-second gap. Alfonso second. Moo managing to pass Boer in the final section. And Moo will steal 3rd. Boer finishing 4th. Iceman will take 5th. Pesky Bird appears to have dropped a couple of places. Oh, Cheese, a disaster in the pipe, though. He's going to fall back down. Have to come back up again, meaning Pesky Bird will get past. But Shady's going to take 6th. It's going to be close between Pesky Bird and Superboss. Pesky Bird with a better exit line. Cheese with a better exit line than Superboss as well. It's close, but it's Pesky Bird 7th, Cheese 8th, Superboss 9th, Stardust. Stardust, you're like 3 laps behind, but you're going to set the fastest lap anyway. I guess every point does count, and Flutes has actually passed Snorker. You're right, Snorker is stationary. So F's in the chat for Snorker. Going out late in the race. Demon, and as a Demon may have the better line here. They do. Demon will take 10th. Azure will take 11th. Eggbot will take 12th. Jimmy, Jimmy, you good? Yep. Thought they'd gone back through the pipe then. Jimmy takes 13th. I don't think we're going to be seeing anyone else cross the line here, so let's speed things up. Hey, Stardust pulling that extra point out. Having to settle with 16th, but might as well grab that extra point, go for the fastest lap while you're behind. Oh, maybe Fluids is going to at least cross the line one more time. Yeah, just to reset the DNF timer. Keep us all waiting a little bit longer. So let's head over to our winner of the race. Wheat, congratulations on the win. Great race. A dominant performance. Massive lead. Just couldn't be matched. The pace could not be matched. Down to the end. It's a very strong race by Wheat. They just want to make sure you win the prediction. Rigged predictions. Now we just got to wait for the DNF timer. Can enjoy Weep doing a victory lap. There we go. Oh, and Fluids did actually win. Didn't win. What am I on about? Did actually finish the race. Thought Fluids might have been an extra lap down, but they weren't. Whether they just got set free further back. So I think your prediction may have been wrong. But 2 DNFs. Let's go over to. Is it still good? Forget my own predictions. Oh yes, it's 0 to 1 is the first prediction, and then it's 2 to 5. Yes, so you got that prediction correct. In fact, everyone did. Everyone that made a prediction got their prediction right. So well done, everyone. So there we go. Just 2 DNFs. Fastest lap in 16th. A great showing by Weep. So, going to go put these results over on the leaderboard. I'll be back in just a minute with the updated standings. Alright, the results have been entered, so let's head over to the standings. So, following that race, Superboss is of course still leading. Still quite the strong lead. 520 points. And the Green Slushies still second and third. Azure in second with 449. Shady in third with 443. Moo in fourth with 438. Boer in fifth with 425. Stardust in sixth with 407. Jimmy in seventh with 406. Fluids in eighth with 398. Iceman in 9th with 397, and Cheese in 10th with 389. Then we have Eggbot, Pesky Bird, Weep, Alfonso, Demon, and Snorker. So Cheese taking that 10th spot. Eggbot going to be pushed down to 11th. And it's still fairly close. Still looking fairly close. Of course, Superboss really breaking away up at the top. But amongst basically everyone else, it is still very close. And still very interesting as we're approaching the end of the season. Team standings. Tutti Frutti in first with 440, Green Slushy second with 415, Bulls of Steel in third with 410, Icebreakers in fourth with 401, and Doge Bulls in fifth with 396. Then we have Eternal Darkness, Grandmasters, Ultraviolets, Marble Minions, and Snowballs. So yeah, Pesky Bird, yeah, not looking too great at the moment, but hey, things could change. Like I said, it's still quite close. Still a few races to go. But that's going to be it for this first race. Of course, if you're watching live on Twitch, don't go anywhere. We do have a second race coming up. We have Mini Mayhem, so you don't want to miss it. But for those watching on YouTube, that is it for this one. So, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.